Hello traders, in this video we're finally going to get to go over the results of my over 100 trades of the small cap market open trading plan. We're going to go over all of the data, all of the results, the statistics. We're going to talk about some key takeaways, and also the plan has been updated and is uploaded to patreon.com/tradingarmor if you're interested. Otherwise, stick around. There is a lot to learn here about day trading, tracking your trades, analyzing the results, all that kind of stuff. So this has been a long time in the making. If you look over here, we started trading this plan in September 15th. And that's 2021. Now, one key point, one very important thing to keep in mind is we did not modify this plan at all from day one. And that's what makes these results meaningful. If you start trading a plan, you develop a plan, and you take 5 or 10 trades and you see, okay, I'm getting some losses and I don't really like the way this is working out. Let me change this, let me change that. And you continue to track data and add to that previous data. It really destroys all of the meaning of your data. It's not going to make any sense. So that's what's special about all this data, is that we didn't change anything all the way through. We did track some different possible outcomes, and I'll explain that. But all of this data is collected taking the exact same trades the exact same way every single day, and only using small cap stocks. So anyway, we took over 100 trades. Again, as I said, started on September 15th. This is trade number 1 that you're looking at here, and all the data. I know it's a lot of data. We're not going to go over all those details. We're going to focus more on the results, but I just want to give you kind of a broad overview of what all this is. This is trade number 2, and then trade number 3, which there was a lot less trade number 3 entries, but we did get quite a bit of trade number 2s. Those are all those trades. And basically, the overall result is if we only hold till a 2-hour profit target, the plan is basically break even. It ends up with a -1 hour result. But if we hold till a 3-hour profit target, we are profitable 15 times the risk. That's without changing anything at all. What we noticed is that trade number 1 fails too often to be profitable. So out of 61 first entries that we took, 15 of them were profitable, and that is below the break-even win rate of 2R trading, which is 33%. I don't think it's written anywhere here, but that is the break-even win rate for 2R trading. It's 33%, so anything below that is not profitable. However, for the 3R profit target, break-even is 25%, and anything above that is profitable. So you could see trade number 1 was close a lot of the time, but ultimately just didn't make it. Of course, I'm sorry, I'm confusing you guys now. This is trade number 1 for 2R. This is trade number 1 for 3R. Again, not that close to the break even of 25%, especially after 100 trades. And that's why we ended up down -6R on that first trade. And that ate away at our profits of that 3R profit target. So one of the key takeaways, which we're going to go over in just a little bit, is that if we removed that first entry, we would be much more profitable than we were even with that 3R profit target. So here's the 3R win rate without the first trade. It's 21R. There's a -2R in there because there was one trade that we took with the intention of holding to 3R, and it only went to 1R. We had to close it out at the end of the day, but it was still a profitable trade. So that's why I took off 2R from there, because it didn't give us the full 3R. It only gave us 1R. But anyway, that's what that number is, and the difference is 40%. We would be up 40% more profit if we held till 3R, or sorry, not only hold till 3R, but skip that first entry. So anyway, hopefully you guys are sticking with me here. I know this is a lot of information. There's a lot of stuff over here that you can read through, and if you have any questions about, you can ask me, but these are just other ways that I was kind of analyzing this data. What I want to do now is take us to the key takeaways, and we've seen the results. We know that the plan is profitable as long as you hold till 3R, right? So was it profitable? We just said that. Yep. It was up 15R with a 3R target, and we know we could be up 21R if we skipped that first entry. And that's what this is about. Was the first entry profitable overall? No, it resulted in a net loss of -16R if using the 2R target, or -6R with a 3R profit target. Can you take the first entry and still be profitable? The answer to that is yes, but the first entry is eating away at your profits. But there is a reason you still may want to take the first entry, and that reason is for simplicity's sake. If you find it way too difficult to use that first entry as a signal and sit there and wait for it to get stopped out and then take the entry. And sometimes you're going to have to watch it just go off to the moon without you and hit that 3-hour profit target, and you'll have to stop trading for the day if you follow this trading plan. And that's not always easy to do. But again, if you just look at the data, that should be enough inspiration that says, hey, after 100 trades, you're going to be up 40% more profit if you can stick it out, if you can be disciplined. So, and then, yeah, this got kind of messed up in the formatting, but it says it's easier, requires less discipline, but you will pay for that. That's basically what I was just describing. What happens if you skip the first entry? Profits goes up 40% after 100 trades. Did market conditions affect our results? No, they did not. This was pretty interesting to me. I was kind of surprised. Of course, they did reduce the number of trades triggered. You'll notice that in 2022, it was very difficult for us to get triggered to take a trade. So they did slow down the rate of bringing in profit, but they did not change the overall profitability of the plan relative to the number of trades that we were taking. Because in 2021, the plan earned, and I should also say, not just relative to the trades taken, but relative to the market conditions. That's really what this is about. In 2021, the trading plan earned 7 times the risk, and in 2022, it actually earned a little bit more, 8 times the risk. And in 2022, I would say the market conditions were worse than the end of 2021. Although we were seeing lots of volatility there in 2021. But the key takeaway here is that the profitability did not change, even though the overall market changed a lot during that period. How long did it take to collect 100 trades worth of data? It took about 9 months, but I missed a lot of trade days. There was a lot of time that I had to take off. And just by comparison, when we did this very similar test with mid caps, it only took us 3 months to collect that data. I'll say that trading plan, the criteria was probably not quite as strict, so that has something to do with it as well. But probably somewhere in between these two lengths of time would be where you would be able to collect 100 trades worth of data if you were trading every single day. So it's doable, and the nice thing about it is at the end of it, you actually have something meaningful, and you haven't blown up your account 2 or 3 times, which I'm sure a lot of traders can do that in 9 months. So how much did this whole thing cost us? $5.26, including all fees. So that was the cost of taking 100 trades with one single share size. Some of the trades won, some of the trades lost, but we weren't using a full position size, so our risk wasn't there. We were just trading with one single share. So the net result was a loss of $5.26. But again, we gain so much data, so much information. So that's pretty cheap to take 100 trades and collect all that data. So what does this tell us about day trading overall, technical analysis, high probability setups? This is kind of an open-ended question, and I invite you to offer your response in the comments. But I will give you my opinion because this, I think it was a unique opportunity to explore the markets in the way that we did and take the number of trades we did with the exact same plan, and during a time in the market where things have been pretty crazy and unforgiving. So I'm going to say that overall, the takeaway from this for day trading is that day trading is obviously very difficult. I had a strict plan. I executed it very well. There was only 6 error trades total out of the 101 trades. And my platform worked pretty much flawlessly during this entire time. I used Webull, and it didn't give me any problems. And it was still very difficult to turn a profit. Does technical analysis work? I would say that the results of this plan kind of argues against technical analysis, but you can see that if you use the results in a statistical way, you can still use technical analysis to give you an advantage in the markets. The reason why I say that this kind of shoots technical analysis in the foot is that if this was really a high probability setup, which again, I'm not talking about the setup. There's a video that I have called the ABCD pattern, my favorite pattern to trade, where I talk about the setup, and that pattern is supposed to be known as a high probability setup, but I think that my results show that it's not, right? That if you are going to be profitable with that setup, you have to understand the probability of it working out and then use the risk management in order to make that profitable. So I'm going to argue that high probability setups don't even exist. According to all of the data that I've collected, not just with the small cap plan, but also the mid cap plan, this whole concept of a high probability setup, I think, is really bogus. And yeah, that's my opinion, but it's based on a lot of data that I've collected. Of course, you can find, hundreds, thousands of other YouTube day traders, tons of books that use that phrase, high probability setup. But as far as I'm concerned, it just simply doesn't exist. So hopefully this video was helpful to you. Hopefully you learned something along with me during this whole process. I know it was tough, it was long, but again, it only cost us $5 to get all this data, all this information, and now we have a trading plan that we know is profitable so long as we hold till that 3R profit target, and we are going to continue to track larger profit targets, 4R and 5R, and see which one is kind of the sweet spot. So yeah. That's it. It's been a long haul, and I want to thank everyone who stuck around this entire time, because I know it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy for me to stick to this and continue it, but I just wanted to complete this for myself and for everyone that watches my videos. So I appreciate all you guys for watching, and I hope you got a lot out of this journey. So as always, go into every single trade with a plan, stick to that plan no matter what. Always take your stop losses, honor your profit target, and in the long run, you should be green. Take care.